This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today it's going to be all about unlocking. We're going to be unlocking all sorts of locks, different things, because today we're going to be looking at a new game that's coming out from Space Cowboys. Now these are the same people that have put out Splendor and Elysium and Time Stories and a bunch of excellent games, and this is their first look at trying to put together sort of one of those escape room style games, those sort of puzzle games. And so they have just released a print and play of a tutorial and a mini scenario, which is half as long as the 3 scenarios they're about to come out with. So what I'm going to do in this video is a little different. I've printed out the print and play, and I'm just going to show you how the tutorial works. This is just going to teach you how the game works in general, and it's not going to spoil anything because the tutorial is just there to help learn the game. So I'm going to walk you through the tutorial, how it works, and then on the other side I'm going to talk about the Elite game without any spoilers as to how it is. What do I think about this system in general? So let's go. Now the tutorial itself comes with 10 cards. It's just a very basic thing to kind of teach you the game. And this, it just tells you a little bit about unlock. It tells you to open up the app. Now the 10 cards is this card, and it's some cards, basically numbered cards in different orders here. Now what they say is you split up this deck into multiple people, or one person has the deck, and people can look through the cards, but you do not spread them out on the table. So what you do is you would get ready to do this. You'd launch the app, and then you would flip this over. So let's go over the app here in just a minute. So here we have the app. It's on the iPhone and Android, and it has the unlock here. So you'd push this, and then you would select your country of language. So I'm going to go with English. And then you can either select the tutorial or one of the main 3 sets that are coming out right away. Or there's the Elite, which is the print and play that we're also going to go over today, but I'm not going to show you that one. I'm just going to talk about it without any spoilers. So here in the tutorial, we'd say play. And then it's going to bring up the main app interface where you would start here. Now, it has music here that you can turn on or off, control the volume. Sometimes you may have to hit a penalty button, which will essentially give you 2 minutes of time degradation. Now I'm down to like 7 minutes. Now, if you want a hint, you can go here. And essentially they don't cost you time, but they'll lower your score at the end. You would put in the card number that you're looking for the hint for, and it will give you a hint. I'm not going to show you that now. And then we say, if you had hints that you already got, you can click review hints, and it would give you all the rooms that you have hints for, and you'd select them. Some of the cards have hidden objects, and you can basically search for some of those now. It will kind of give you a hint that way. Some things need codes, 4-digit codes. You would go ahead and press that in. If you do the wrong one, you'll lose time. Like this, I just lost 3 minutes. And that's that. So that's pretty much how the app works. Now let's take a look at the actual tutorial. Now I'm going to run through the tutorial. It's just going to teach you how to play the game. It's not going to ruin the print and play Elite at all. It's just going to teach you how to play the game. So this says just flip this over once you had started the timer. Now anytime you see this at the beginning here and they have numbers here, you would then flip over all of those numbered cards because those are the different areas of, in this case, Office that you're going to be able to look at, and it kind of tells you it here. So I basically have these cards ready that are all right here, and then we're going to flip them over. And the cards can have different colors. They could be red, blue, yellow, green, sometimes gray, and they're different things. Greens are machines. Reds and blues are always trying to go together with each other. So this basically says, hey, it's a key, and you can combine this number with a red object. Basically, you'd add the numbers together, and you'd see if that number card corresponds with it. This one says, hey, you can combine this with another blue, or another card that might have some sort of modifier on it. This one is, hey, you'd use this to do a code, as I showed you before, and you'd be doing a 4-digit code for this. Here we have another red that will probably get mated with the blue, and you can combine it with a blue or a blue modifier, add the numbers together, and see if that number is there. And then the machine. This says, hey, you're going to take some of these numbers, kind of put them together, and it's possibly basically going to be a red number that you'll probably mate together with another blue card or a blue modifier in that case. So for example, I have 11 blue with 35. I think the key might go in here. I add these two numbers up. I search through the deck to see if there is that number. And in fact, 35 plus 11 is 46, and there is a 46 card. I would have gotten it out of the deck at that point and flipped it over. And sometimes it'll say, hey, discard. So this actually tells me, hey, okay, discard 11 and 35. These actually now go out the game. You are done with them. And now we look at this one closely. We look at here. It says, hey, very good. Cabinet's open. Discard those cards. And then look closely. There are two interesting elements. You see a number. Reveal the corresponding card. So you see this little hidden element. Some cards will have hidden elements. We see that as card number 16. So I would grab that card. I would flip it over and go, oh, look at that. It's a wire. 10 centimeters long. It's an electrical wire, and it's blue, so I'm trying to mate it up with something red, possibly like a machine, and so on and so forth. Also, that's maybe the other thing that you're supposed to be looking at that's kind of cool. For example, if you remember, we have this machine with an electrical little electrical thing here, and we have an electrical wire, and you look at this, and it looks like, wow, it looks almost like this. So I put this electrical wire with that, and we have 6 plus 3 is 9. So 9 we could possibly use for a red. Add it to 16, we say, is there? Yes, 9 plus 16, we have 25. So we would then flip this over. And it basically says, hey, get rid of 16, get rid of 67, get rid of 46. So basically I would get rid of all the cards that we just used. And now we have this blue modifier here that essentially says, hey, you've restored electricity, discard those cards, and now you have a +6 modifier that you're gonna try to do to something else. So you have a +6, but if you remember, we had a red 42 with the TV screen there. So we put the blue with the red, the little puzzle pieces fit, blue and red always go together. And we have 6 plus 42 is 48. There's a 48 card left. I'll flip it up. And then it says basically, hey, discard those two cards. They're gone. And then we have this. And so we have this here. That is a code. And if you remember, we have a code. And we say, oh, look at that. We have 7239. So you try to do the code and end the tutorial. So you think you're all cool and you go do the code. And you're like, hey, yeah, I want to do a code, 7239. And you go 7239 and you go, oh, wait a minute. We just lost numbers. What the heck? So then you look at here, you go, oh, red, yellow, blue, green. So we're going to go 9, 3, 7, 2. Yay, we won. Then it would give you a score. It would tell you the amount of stars, how many penalties, things like that. How much time was left. In this case, I had just restarted the app. But that's how the tutorial works, because that teaches you how to play the actual game. And so in the print and play that I mentioned in the intro, after you do the tutorial, there's a 20 card scenario called the Elite. It's about a casino. So it's basically half as long as what a normal one would be, just to give you a flavor of how it would feel now that you know how to play the tutorial. And of course, the ones they'll be coming out with, there's 3 different boxes, the formula, Squeak and the Sausage, and the last one here, and they're all about $15 retail, and they're 40 cards, twice as long as the Elite one that I just showed you, but I didn't actually show you anything else about it. All right, well, there you see how the tutorial works and how the game works, how the app works. So what do I think of the system in general? I think it's pretty cool. You know, I love this escape room thing. I go to a lot of escape rooms, and so I've tried a lot of the different escape rooms that have come out in the board gaming realm in the last year or so. I think there's gonna be a ton of them coming out this year, and it makes sense for bigger publishers to try to get into this. This is an interesting niche because a lot of the other escape room ones are more expensive than these are gonna be. From what I remember, these are gonna be $15, I think, MSRP, and you just buy the story and it's a 60-minute one, right? Just like all the other ones, once you know the puzzle, once you've gone through it, you'll never really go through it again. And that's much like the other ones as well. They're all pretty much consumable, so it's on par with that. But I like how they're cheaper. They're $15. I think it's the cheapest of all the ones that have come out, but you're getting one, where some of them, you'll spend more money, but you'll be getting maybe 4 scenarios, for example. But I like you can pick and choose, maybe a certain theme speaks to you or whatever. Now, the way it plays itself is pretty clever. I like how you're going through it, you're flipping over cards, and then you're looking at those cards and you're trying to match, like blue with reds. You add them together to try to see what's there. You're looking for some hidden clues in some of the cards. I like that it can give you hints during the game. I like that if you're stuck, you can get some hidden elements, but your points are going to be deducted for that at the end. So overall, I like how the app integrates with it, with the music and the time and the hinting. The hints are up to you, unlike some of the other ones, like the escape room, the game, where they come out like every 5 minutes on timed intervals. And this is 60 minutes, and it does say once you end your 60 minutes that you can go back, you can continue to go through it, but your score will be lower. And I think that's cool. It probably, the one that felt the most like an escape room that of all the ones I've played are that escape room, the game, because it has that big machine and it's 60 minutes. You get hints about every 5 minutes. But this one's good. I like it. The only negative thing I could say is I'm a little worried about the cards where it says, split them up between people, or, put them in one pile, and then when you're looking for a number, go look for it. And it specifically says you can't spread them out on the table, but anybody can look through it. So you kind of have to police yourselves, because you could get stuck and go, okay, let's take all these numbers and just add them up with this. And is there this? Okay, no. Well, what numbers are there? And you could easily start going into that. It's almost the same as spreading them out. So you could almost by accident, or maybe not by accident, but you can almost like see more than you probably should see going through some of the numbers and trying to backwards calculate, oh, there's a 37. Does anything here add up to 37? It doesn't say you can't do that, but since it says you can't spread them on the table, I'm assuming that goes against the spirit of the game. So you're looking for the numbers, but you're trying not to pay attention to what the other numbers are there, and you're not trying to backward calculate things. So it didn't say you can't do that, but I assume that that's it. But the temptation's there is what I should say. So a little chink in, like, say, the way that the system is designed. But other than that, I liked it. It was fun. It was quick. The actual Elite one was, it's like a 30-minute scenario. And I think it gave you a good thinking of how things work. And so I liked it. I'm interested in seeing the ones that come out, the longer ones, and see if they're harder. Looking for the 60-minute ones, and I'll be reviewing more of those there, but so far it's promising. These little cards are cool. Again, it has some things I'm worried about with the way that things are set up in here, but overall it's a cool idea, and it's there. I'm looking forward to play more of these. So far, after playing just this light one, I still like Escape Room the game the best out of all the escape rooms that have come out. But again, this was just a light version of it, and it was quicker. So I'm going to reserve that full judgment until I played the full ones. But this gives you a sense of how the system works and what you think about it if you want to get some of these $15 ones. And that is the Unlock series, and this was for the Elite one.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter and making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.